So I never had this like a start to finish. This is how we do things, and then you can customize it as you want. I was always just finding pieces of information, and then I was learning as I was going. And I think that
so that's actually something I encounter a lot with people is a little bit of like information overload these days, because there are so many different resources available, and a lot of times it creates confusion. Sometimes you learn things that are contradictory, or you just learn like multiple different techniques and you're not really sure like which one's best and which one to use. What oftentimes I'm doing with people like yourself also is kind of sifting through all that information to find the common threads, to understand that, listen, all these things that you learn from all these different people, when they work, they're working for the same underlying reasons. When they don't work, they're not working for the same underlying reasons. Again, there's nothing new in dog training, right? So what we want to do is start to find those underlying threads, become very comfortable and familiar with all of those underlying principles, because again, then you can be really playful with which techniques you want to use. But it's really hard to do that when you're not really understanding, like, well, how come so-and-so is seeing really good success when they use the e-collar this way, but so-and-so is saying, don't use it that way. Again, there's very rarely is there I shouldn't say very rarely, but often there isn't a like hard right and wrong way about things. Sometimes it's what some person is doing is right for them because they have a certain set of goals of what they like to see as an output of their training. And somebody else might say, no, that's not the right way to do it. But they have a different goal, a different output, a different what they want to achieve with their clients, right? And we have to understand that. And so what I'm not going to do is tell you to like throw anything that you've learned out the window. I mean, unless something's like just blatantly terrible, but otherwise we're not going to throw anything out the window. What we're going to do is put things on a shelf for a minute. We're going to talk about some of these underlying principles. We're going to add some new things to your toolbox, of course, but ultimately even the stuff that I teach you from my own style, it's going to be like, listen, this is the way I do it. But more importantly, this is why I'm doing this thing. This is the underlying goal of it. This is why this exercise achieves this goal. And if you understand that, you might come up with a different exercise that's based on the same principles and achieves the same goal. And but works better because of the environment that you're in, or the types of clients that you work with, or the way your house is laid out, or whatever it might be.
Yeah, I understand.
Right? So that's kind of what we want to focus on. But unfortunately, a lot of trainer education doesn't. It focuses on individual technique, but individual technique is surface level, right? Like that's the crust of the earth. We want to get at the core.
Yeah. But that's why I decided to kind of reach out to you, because I'm like, everywhere I look, somehow the good shit comes back to you, and I'm like, I need to go. No,
well, that's a compliment.